went over the instructions in the dressing room, I expect a clean fight. These trunks right here, they're high. You can work the belt line right there. That's legal. These are a little bit high. You can work, there's the line there. Touch them up now, go back to your corners.
You do not want to blink because Abdullah Mason and Jeremia Nakathila both have dynamite in those gloves. The other thing is, both can be vulnerable and be dropped. So that's why this fight is so important for Abdullah Mason in particular, because he's one step away from fighting for a world title that has now been vacated by Keyshawn Davis. The WBO lightweight belt, but Jeremia Nakathila knows that one big punch tonight could change his life and put him in line for that title.
Yeah, he has nothing to lose. Nothing to lose, everything to gain. That's why this is a dangerous fight for Abdullah Mason. Lead foot or lead feet can be touching, fighting for positioning outside, and also that lead hand will be battling.
In that first round, dropped Johan Vasquez himself and then finished Vasquez with a body shot in the second round. That was an exciting turn of events. He hopes to have a little bit less drama against Jeremia Nakathila, but
see what Nakathila is looking for. He's looking for, he wants the young man to get overly confident so he can let his hands go. But you see the defense.
We saw the reaction from Abdullah Mason. It happens early on in his career. That's when you want those tests to occur. And what does he do? He comes back with 2 knockout wins since his 3rd fight of 2025 already.
Absolutely. Activity just helps sharpen your tools. You know, you're constantly in the gym, constantly working, evolving as a fighter. He's trying to anticipate when Abdullah's going to strike.
Watch your feet, guys. Watch your feet.
Good jab from Abdullah Mason. Taking his time. He says, I want to make sure I know how hard he hits before I overcommit.
You know, he really don't throw the right hand off the back foot all too often. Right there, he looked for the looping shot. However, it's when he's coming forward when he's most lethal with that backhand, when he throws that one and fully extend with that right hand.
There was an incident with Nahir Albright after his fight with Kelvin Davis. Mark Kriegel with a report.
All right. So you're going to turn this into a Keyshawn fight?
For sure. Like, feel me? You approaching me on my best night. Feel me? Now we got to settle that.
Have you ever heard of this before? Guys getting jumped in their locker room after a fight? Not even in Philly?
Never heard of that.
Well, there you go, fellas. I mean, he wants a rematch. Pretty interesting argument.
I mean, that's totally uncalled for. You talk about a bad weekend turning horrible for DB3. That's, I mean, I hope the commission figures this out and does something about it.
He gets suspended. That's what they need. That's what needs to happen. But, you know, with that being said, can't take an L, can't take a butt whooping. Come on now.
But it wasn't Kelvin who did it. Let's just make that clear. He took his L. It's Keon and Keyshawn who are alleged to have jumped Nahir Albright in the locker room.
That's ridiculous.
There's no room for that.
That's ridiculous
in this world. So let's give Abdullah Mason his due here against Jeremia Nakathila. He's the main event here in the second round. Nakathila trying to let his hands go a little bit more here. The former world title challenger. Abdullah Mason missing wildly with that left.
Towards the end of that first round, Abdullah
nice count left.
He hit Nakathila with a straight left hand and buzzed him momentarily. He's just inching, getting closer little by little, letting Nakathila.
But you're right, Tim. Those feints have Nakathila biting every single time.
He got him dancing. Got him dancing. But you know the power is real because you see how composed Abdullah is. He's not willing to take that many chances. He's willing to take his time. He knows he has 10 rounds to work. So he's taking his time. He's going to warm up into the fight. He's going to get the stoppage.
And Tim, to be honest, Abdullah Mason wants rounds because he may be fighting for a world title up next if he accepts the challenge after the vacancy left by Keyshawn Davis. And he's never been past 6 rounds. So he also wants to know how he can do down the stretch of a fight. Round 3 of our scheduled 10-round main event. Abdullah Mason in the Tiffany blue trunks taking on Jeremia Nakathila in the gold trunks trimmed in black. So far, 24-9 punches landed through 3 rounds. Nothing too spectacular here. We're through 2 rounds. We're in round 3. There's that jab from Abdullah Mason. Feint setting up another jab. Mark Kriegel, do you have an update as to the situation that occurred earlier in the locker room?
Yeah, I do. Something like an update. Someone came out from the and said they would not be commenting.
Okay, we tried to give them an opportunity to get their side of the story out. They do not want to speak. That's their prerogative. But we will be talking about Abdullah Mason, the undefeated contender. Ooh, nice right hand there from Nakathila.
I like those fighters that like to stay close to the fire, man, and they don't get burned, right? Did he just shake out that backhand, Abdullah?
A little bit.
Let's see if he uses it. You know, you typically see fighters shake that backhand like that, or shake either hand. They felt something in that glove when they landed a shot. So let's see if he uses it. He's heavy on that jab right now. Still haven't used that backhand yet after he shook it. So, but what I like, see how active he is, coming forward, taking the space. Yeah, he already smelled it. He already smelled it.
Shot.
He already smelled it. He's like, oh, I told you. He know you don't belong in the ring with him. He gonna get you up out of there.
But Nakathila says, hold on, I got a left hook too.
Yeah, Nakathila do that left hook. It whizzed past his face. I know he heard it. When I fought Pacquiao, I've heard them past my face. I know he heard that. That was a zooming shot by Nakathila.
And it's about who gets who first.
Yeah, taking a nice little angle right there, seeing that right hand, understanding that. Good defense right there from Abdullah. Again, staying close, putting him on his back foot, putting that pressure on him. Now, there
nice
it is.
Left hand from Mason, and Nakathila's legs are shaking up, and now a right hook. The clock may be his best friend. Ooh, nice body shot from Abdullah Mason.
He curled him up with that.
And you've got to do that against a fighter with 21 knockouts in 26 victories, like the Namibian Jeremia Nakathila, who throws a right hand to the body of Abdullah Mason.
Abdullah right now, he's just working on things inside the ring. He knows that Nakathila don't belong in the ring with him.
And you see the legs shaky once again on Jeremia Nakathila. We talked about the chin being shop worn. And every time that Mason makes contact with the power shot, you see that Nakathila feels it.
Yeah, it look like he put him on eggshells, don't it? And I think just Nakathila's balance in general is just not there. You know, that tells me right there he's definitely a faded fighter. Ooh.
Nice counter right, though, from Nakathila. He's still dangerous. He's still going to throw.
Oh, he's still dangerous, absolutely. He got a cut over his eye now, too.
Nice jab from Abdullah Mason. Just measuring out Nakathila. Trying to land that shot. That straight leg stiffened the legs of Jeremia Nakathila.
Nakathila doing the right thing right now, tying up, buying himself some time. Got a minute and 38 seconds left on the clock. Let's see if Abdullah Mason can get the stoppage in this round. I called for.
Ooh. Left from Mason, and Nakathila trying to land that right hook. And you see that left eye closing. Big hematoma under the eye of Jeremia Nakathila. That's a bloody mess.
And look, a hurt fighter is always a dangerous fighter, especially when you have a hurt fighter that is fighting for his life right now. And Nakathila.
Referee Chris Flores tells Nakathila,
right hand.
Show me something. Shows him a right hand.
It's the weakest punch in the tool bag, but when you can step in like that, the way Mason does, it becomes a power shot.
Ooh, nice counter left from Nakathila. Both missed their opening salvos, but then that was sweeping left hook from Nakathila found a home, and there's the right.
Man, that's some power. But I love the fact that Abdullah Mason isn't spooked of it. He's staying close. Again, getting underneath it, avoiding that power, and landing his shots. That's the beauty about Abdullah Mason.
He's in the pocket.
Yes.
He's in the danger zone because he says, if I'm in danger, you're in more danger. There's that left hook from Abdullah Mason. Referee Chris Flores steps in at the bell. There's timeout being called in the corner of Jeremia Nakathila so they can attend to the cut. Let's listen in. The doctor is coming up to check on that left eye. It's a big gash. The fight is stopped, and Abdullah Mason will get the technical knockout win. Unfortunate, but the cut was bigger than it looked originally, Tim. It was a bad gash over the left eyelid of Jeremia Nakathila.